Late Night Drives with Liam.
And Matt.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello, Liam.
How are we today?
We're good. Yeah. Same old, just getting by.
Getting by.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Nothing, really. Sleeping, trying to not be ill.
Not be ill?
Yeah, I'm ill at the moment.
You're common ill.
Yeah, no idea what it is.
Well, so, talk about your common ill.
Yeah.
I can remember you said about your recent experience on, I want to say maybe one of your firsts.
Yeah.
You attended a wedding.
Oh, yeah. Technically, the first wedding of that kind.
Of that kind?
Because it wasn't a Christian wedding, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't a religious one.
Okay.
But the other, I'd been to 3 others, but they were all like churchy weddings.
Oh, was that like family?
Yeah.
But this was.
Did
Did you even know them?
I'd met them like once before, but no, lovely people, and it was a lovely wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice. I much prefer the idea of a smaller gathering.
Anything that stood out? Anything you like? Oh, that's bloody awesome.
I'll tell you what, they had a celloist.
Oh,
for the ceremony.
yeah.
So she was slowly playing away, and then when it was like the walking or whatever it's called, like walking down the aisle, she was playing away. That was really cool.
So they had a cello.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've been to a wedding. It was 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Abroad.
Oh.
I say first proper wedding I've attended.
Yeah.
But in Gran Canaria, Spanish wedding. It was a person I used to work with.
Yeah.
Invited me and another colleague.
Oh, that's lovely.
And her boyfriend. So we went for a little holiday, met up with them, went to the wedding. It was like a private villa.
Oh, goodness.
So they lived in this mountain village, basically. 40-minute bus ride up the mountains from the city.
Oh, that's so cool.
Massive nature reserve and whatnot up there, not far from the little village. The village also has a weekly market on, I want to say, every Sunday.
Yeah.
Because it was a holy pilgrimage site.
Mad.
And there's this massive church, and it's this tree outside the church, which has a plaque, and it says that the reason this area was a pilgrimage site, it was that this tree got struck. I don't know if it was struck with lightning or if I'm making that up, but something happened and the face of the Virgin Mary appeared in the trunk of the tree.
Right.
You look at this tree, it's not like a carved in or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like the pattern of the thing. I don't know if I believe I saw anything.
That's like someone selling a Monster Munch that looks like the cross.
Yeah.
That Jesus died on.
But yeah, it was because Virgin Mary appeared on this tree and it became this pilgrimage site where everyone came because of it, and they have a market every Sunday because of it. But lovely thing, they literally siestas in the middle of the day, and all the pubs and restaurants and cafes all street seating. They had a full on villa. Got there for went there for the ceremony, and they stayed there for the night. Massive villa. It had 2 buildings, whole outdoor deck area with it was almost like a massive gazebo. Open bar.
Nice.
And waiters with food.
Oh.
There was no table. It wasn't sit down meal.
Yeah.
Because this is midsummer time in the Canaries.
Yeah.
It's always scorching hot there. But so it was literally waiters with the trays going round. And it was all it's basically Spanish tapas. The whole wedding was done in Spanish.
Oh.
Had no idea what was being said, but luckily it was 5 of us in total, which doesn't speak Spanish at this wedding. And we got a printed sheet of what was to be said, the vows and
that's
everything.
So nice.
But also lesbian wedding.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 women.
Thanks for clarifying.
You never know. Could have been Lebanese.
Oh, yeah, true. Or the little biscuits.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to call them lesbian biscuits?
No, I never quite know what you're on about.
Anyway.
I know, very controversial. But the little Chihuahua dog is the ring bearer.
Ooh.
They very much like Harry Potter. So, you know, like you had you got the like keys which have little wings and float. I don't know. I haven't watched Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So they had those tied up in this tree which they were stood under for the vows. And they had the Harry Potter music playing, like instrumental Harry Potter music. And one thing, so one wore a white dress, one wore a black dress.
Yeah.
Because apparently black dresses are more traditional in especially Spain. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of like the dancers.
Oh,
with the castanets.
And flamingo.
Yeah, we know.
Parrots.
Yes. What?
I don't know.
Flamingos aren't parrots.
I know.
Right.
A beautiful ceremony.
Yeah.
Like I said, all in Spanish. I don't know what got over me, but I was literally sat there bawling my eyes out.
Of course.
I look over to my mate who I went on holiday with, Justina.
Yeah.
She's also bawling her eyes out. And afterwards, we were both like, we have no idea what was said, but it was so beautiful.
I swear you cry at any given opportunity.
I'm very emotional.
You'll be listening back to this poddy probably crying.
But, so then they go off, do their photos, and we're left to mingle.
Yeah.
We're now at a Spanish wedding, and half of the people don't speak English.
Yeah.
I want to say there's probably about 20 people max who knew broken English. So we're almost socializing with some people, not really.
Yeah.
And it's me and Justina and her boyfriend Tomek. They're Polish, so...
They have no bloody luck knowing any Spanish.
Well, no, to be honest, Justina, her Spanish was amazing.
Oh.
The only thing I learned was, un momento, señorita, dos más, por favor, which is just 2 more, please. And that was just because me and Tomek, every time we went to a bar or a pub, Justina would order the first slot, and we'd just be like, oh, dos más, por favor, just 2 more. But this older Spanish lady...
Yeah.
Kept pulling me and Tomek in for dancing.
Right, okay.
And me and Tomek was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
For ages, we had no idea, but she kept pulling us in for dancing.
Yeah.
And everything, yeah. And so we go through the whole night, food, drink, open bar, it's getting rough. Also, like I said, Gran Canaria, midsummer, I've burnt.
Yeah.
Literally, my forehead is now red, and I look back at the photos and I'm like, I can't believe how burnt I got from just that day. Yeah. This was the second or third day in of the holiday. It gets to a point where people are getting jumping into the swimming pool, stuff like that. The whole wedding finishes they say everyone is going by 9.
Yeah.
Me, Justine, and Tom, we get told, oh, you guys don't need to leave. We're having close family only after.
Oh.
The big expensive imports of the brandy and whiskies are now coming out, and we're now sat down in these really nice seating areas, all with the close family.
Yeah.
Half of which can't speak English.
Nice.
And they were let's order food. And I want to say it was about 30 of us now.
Yeah.
And they just go, they just start going around, what does everyone want? I don't know who the heck paid for this, because I didn't put any money in it. And then this older lady, which kept pulling us to dance, was then sat next to us. She kept holding my hand, kept telling me to drink more.
Blimey.
Finds out, it was Naomi's mum.
The lights just came on.
Yeah, the lights of that building did just come on.
Why?
Because it turns on at a set time.
Oh, is it automatic?
It's automatic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this older woman was my friends who was getting married, her mother.
Wild.
And we didn't realise, but yet she knew all about us. And she'd She was so impressed. She was like, because then we like now sat in like a closer knit of people. Naomi kept translating.
Yeah.
And her mother was like, these guys can drink. I don't know how they're getting home. They'll be crawling home. And like she kept encouraging us to drink, and she kept going, I love this one. He's my favorite. And just kept giving me more. She was like, mass, mass, mass. And it got to the point like that we were like properly drunk and we were having conversations. And I don't know how I do this, but when I'm drunk, I feel like I'm fluent in foreign languages.
Right.
Because the two of us was having full-on conversations without speaking a word of English or Spanish, I believe.
What the fuck?
And then like it got to like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And luckily, like we had an Airbnb in the town, the little village. It was a 10-minute walk. We just walked back.
Yeah.
Next day, we went hiking up the mountains. We went hiking.
Yeah.
Good like 3-hour hike.
Yeah.
And we got back and then like gone for food and everything. And we met up with our friends which got married like later in the evening after they'd done all their shit in the morning. We met up and had food with them.
Nice.
They were telling us that after their family's still like asleep, because then what we did, we got into the car and they took us up to it's like not the highest point, but like one of the highest points of the island.
Yeah.
And it's like a proper like mountain ridge like path. And we sat on like I'm not scared of heights, but when I know I'm close to the edge, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where like we got to this top and it's literally like a sheer, like you can see down a sheer drop. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down here and like back up against the rock, like not going any closer. I was probably like from here to those trees. Like, how far would you say that is?
That is quite far.
And but at the same time, it wasn't flat. It was like a slope, and then you could just see it drop.
Yeah.
So for contents, it's about 3 car lengths.
Yeah.
About 3 car lengths away, and it like slopes, and it's just a drop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I'm not going any closer. But we're up this mountain, and it's now like by the time we're walking back down, it's now sunset.
Yeah.
Her mum's like only just waking up.
What?
And I was like, they must think that we're crazy, the fact that we drank so much and still going on hikes the next day.
Yeah.
But then we are on the way back down, because like this is now like up in the mountains. There's all the windy paths.
Yeah.
And you still have public like buses got these paths, like roads.
Yeah.
And you get to a bus and you're like, oh fuck, especially if it's a bend. Then we come back down and we get to like a little parking spot.
Yeah.
And is it like one of the Canary? You got the Canary Islands, and I want to say we were literally like looking over the ocean,
Yeah.
the sea, and the sun was setting behind like Tenerife.
Yeah.
And Tenerife is like got a massive pointy mountain. And all you could see was the sun setting behind Tenerife on the way down.
That's so cool.
But no, that's like my first proper wedding.
Yeah.
Because the first wedding I ever went to, I was young. It was my auntie's wedding, and it was just the after party for a few hours. Then the second wedding I attended was as a photographer.
Oh.
And I literally walked in, and I was just like, so yeah, I'm taking the photos. Where do I stand? Right up the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. That I 100% guarantee, 100% recommend, if you ever get the opportunity to go to like a foreign like wedding,
Yeah.
take it up. Because like I've spoken to people about like this, and then like it's like on to the topics of like their cultures, like wedding stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently, so like Romanian weddings,
Yeah.
you go to the wedding and you have to give like a cash gift, yeah.
Yeah.
But you leave with presents.
Oh.
They give you stuff. And Polish weddings,
Yeah.
Justina was telling me, it's literally vodka shots for everything.
Oh.
She's literally any speech, any like toast, vodka shot. And literally she was saying like you'd be going round, and if people will just be giving like congratulations, they'll give you a shot of vodka, and it's disrespectful not to drink it. But I got told Romanian weddings, most commonly, it lasts like 2-3 days.
What? How?
And I want to say it goes from like massive gathering to little gathering each day.
Yeah.
But they go on for like 3 days.
That's crazy.
I want to say like the one Romanian I worked with said like her wedding literally cost as much as like a house.
That's insane. What a waste of money.
They were saying that you literally have a person on the door checking how much money your guests are giving you. And it's literally like, if they don't give over a certain amount, you don't let them in.
That's insane.
Because with the amount of money that they're spending, it's like, it's no point in you coming to the wedding if you don't give over a certain amount.
That's wild. Fuck that.
But as you say, besides like having to like give the money, I want to experience some of these weddings because they sound crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Not that I ever will. I just only know Welsh people.
Your cultural diversity is sparse.
Yeah, that's because I don't work at Mackey's. Lord knows there is a lot of diversity in that place.
It is a lot of diversity, and the main benefit of that, especially to myself, is that they all want to make me food. And some of their food are gorgeous. The one downside is that a lot of them want to take me back to their home country and find me a wife.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, I'm good. One of the people I used to work with said, I'm going back home. You come live with me and my husband. I look after you. We find you a wife.
That's so weird.
I'm like, oh, no.
What do you reckon she'd have done if you turned around and went, oh yeah, go on then?
I've no idea.
I think they say that in the hopes that you say, oh no, but thanks for the offer. Because otherwise it would be like the opposite way around. It would all be like Welsh people, just in like, I don't know.
But like, is it like, I know it's like all different culture. I think it's because like I'm always like, I'm just a friendly person. I'm really friendly with them. They go, oh, this is a very nice person for like a thing. But in my head, like, do they think that like, think highly of a person who's married, like, I was like, what are we called, Westerners?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I wouldn't say it's that way around for Westerners marrying other nationalities or whatever it's called. But I guess they have a very different way of living around those countries anyway, do you know what I mean?
But their food is banging. Like the samosas and biryanis they make me.
Oh, do you want to know a really weird tangent I can go on now?
Go on.
So it was all the way back from when you were talking about a pilgrimage. I remembered a little fun fact. So when they killed Bin Laden, the only reason they dumped his body was so there wasn't a site where large groups of people could meet in one area.
Yeah.
To like maybe have like an uprising or they all start, feeling the same way that he did. So they just put him in the ocean. So there could be no meeting points for any.
That's what they did wrong with Jesus then.
Yeah.
They should have just dumped him in the ocean.
He would have floated or walked.
Might not have ever an ocean. Could have turned to wine.
Oh, yeah. Then again, I don't think he'd float on wine.
Nah, you would sink in the wine.
Yeah. Gloopy, isn't it?
Is it?
Compared to water, I reckon wine's quite thick.
Yeah, but not gloopy.
No, not gloopy per se. Just in terms of water.
Or dense.
Yeah. Got more of an oomph.
Oh, but I do love a good wine.
No.
Red wine. Not white.
It doesn't matter what fucking wine it is, it's still vile.
You haven't matured enough.
We're the same age.
But on that note, we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Listening. Yeah, the audio listeners.
Please check out our other poddies. And if you want more, like some vlog content, go and check out our YouTube channel. Still haven't decided what we're doing with it, but go and check out the YouTube channel and please leave a comment on your thoughts. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, let us know. But bye.
Bye.